You're gonna have to ignore the lighting situation, but today we are turning ourselves into a Greek goddess. You already know that I have to do multiple Halloween looks, so no, this is not gonna be my only one this year. This is just the one I am starting with. So obviously we have some gold jewelry on. I took off my rings because they're silver and they kind of killed the vibe a little bit. Then I just curled my hair and put it into this little updo situation. And then this dress is from Lace Made. I found it on TikTok shop and actually got it as a free sample. So this costume is costing me nothing, but if I can find a link for it, I will link it down below. But last time I checked, Lace Made is gone from TikTok. I don't know. But let's get into it because we're gonna do our makeup together. It is storming outside right now, so if you hear any background noise, I am sorry. And also this lighting is horrible because normally I use natural lighting. I have to use my ring light and I feel like it's making me look kind of weird and shadowy as well. So for brows, I'm gonna start with the Maybelline Super Fluff. I think something kind of light and more natural for the brows is going to be very appropriate for this look. All right, again, something a little more natural. I am, however, going to go in with a mattifying primer. Yes, it's from e.l.f. We're not going to talk about it. Just moving right along from that. Anything mattifying, this is just one that I'm using at the moment because it's also grippy. So I don't have to mix two primers together. I want to be glowy, but not a grease ball. So that's why I'm using a more mattifying primer, because I am also using the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation, which can look a little oily if you don't do the right prep. Okay, so the lighting got so bad I had to turn on my overhead light, and that light is horrible. It's very yellow. So we're going to ignore the whole lighting situation. This foundation is absolutely stunning. We want a flawless base for this. Then I'm going in with the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. This is absolutely stunning. And if you want a very flawless face, this will do that for sure. And I am like really going in here, highlighting everywhere possible, fixing up any imperfections, just really going in hard with this concealer. And then of course using a sponge to blend all this in. And like me personally, I notice I have very dark under eye circles, so I am going to go ahead and with a little bit more of this just underneath my eyes, and actually a little bit more on my nose to highlight, because I really want a small nose. So we are definitely making that happen with the contour. Next, I'm going to use this Sachu Cheek Stain in the shade I'm Cute, which is just a super light baby pink shade. Because when I think of Greek Goddess, I think of a light pink blush with gold highlighter and like maybe some gold eyeshadow as well. So I just stamped that on the cheeks and a little bit on the tip of the nose. I'm gonna go ahead and start blending this in. I'm gonna start with the nose and move on to the cheeks. This is such a beautiful color. And then I am not doing bronzer. That might be a little weird for some people. I don't want it to be super like bronzy. I want it to be chiseled. Like I want a chiseled face with this, not bronzy. Now, before I even set the face with powder, I am going in with my powdered blush. And this is Dulce Pink from Milani. This is a tried and true. I have had this one for years and still have not reached the end of it. This used to be one of the couple blushes I had in rotation that I used on a daily basis, and I still have not used it up. Don't know how, because I've had this for years. Is it expired? For sure. For sure it is. But I don't care. That is so, so pretty. And it's got a little bit of golden shimmer to it as well, which is really going to tie in with our highlights when we get to that. For powder, I'm going to use the House Labs Loose Setting Powder. Go ahead and set the whole face and be right back. This is already so pretty. Now let's contour this face. I'm using my Flower Nose contour palette. Mine is no busted up. She came in busted up, but it is fine. It still works. So we're going to use it, and we're going to use this shade right here. I'm sorry if I keep moving the camera, but I am trying to find the best lighting possible. I'm taking this little brush, really tapping off the excess, and I am going to slim down my nose as much as possible. I really like to slim down my nose whenever I can, especially with costumes. I think it just adds a little more pizzazz, and it really changes the way you look, because it's different from how you look on a daily basis. And yes, I know the lines are harsh right now. We will get to blending, I promise. I'm also going to do underneath the lip, so my lips look bigger. And I'm going to switch brushes, use the NARS, is this like the Ida or something? And contour the cheekbones as well. And then I like to take my powder puff with any excess powder and really press that contour into the skin, and it really helps soften it up. Like, I didn't do as much on my cheekbone area, and you can see it just looks more natural. Now, am I still using my gold highlighter with this look? Absolutely, but I am also going to use the highlight in here. So I cleaned off the little contour brush. I'm going to take the shimmery highlight, not the matte one, and start highlighting the nose to really intensify the contour that I just did. This makes a world of difference. I can't, I'm obsessed. For said golden highlighter, I had to bring back the Glamlight Lord of the Rings highlighter. This, yeah. So I just picked up some on my brush. I am gonna tap this off just a little bit. This is what I mean by Greek Goddess. I'm even going to take this on my décolleté as well. Like, are you joking? A little bit on the shoulders. Honestly, right now, I'm just kind of like bathing in it, not even gonna lie, but it is so pretty. How can you not bathe in it, truthfully? And again, I am just gonna lightly go over what I did with that palette and add a little bit of the gold highlight to it. It makes such a big difference. I'm going in with the Twilight New Moon palette that ColourPop came out with, and we're only going to use 2 shades. I'm going to use Marry Me in the crease and then Mood Control all over the lid. Starting with that shade Marry Me, I am going to put this in the crease. Obviously it looks intense right now. Just keep blending until it's pretty much nothing. Like, that's kind of what we want, is just a wash of color. So we're just going to keep blending this. This is such a beautiful color, and I love ColourPop's formula as well. I think they did really well on this palette, and it's perfect for this look. So now we have something like this. Any excess, I'm just going to take that and run it underneath the lash line here, just to give us a little something, but I don't want it to be harsh, so I don't want to pick up any more product. We're just going back and forth on this lower lash line. Just a little something. Let's go ahead and dip into Mood Control. I am just going to take my finger. Again, I want this to be a wash of color, so I'm really trying to spread it out as far as I can. I don't want it to be intense. Now I'm going to take that same Glam Light highlighter and I'm going to use this on the inner portion of the eye just to really brighten this up, bring a little more life to the eyes. And of course, dragging a little bit on the inner portion of the lower lash line just really brings light to the eyes. And that's what we want with this. Like, it's going to be very light, kind of airy looking. I'm going to take the Melt Gel Liner in the shade Spliff, which is just a super dark brown, and lightly line my upper lash line. I don't want anything harsh, like I keep saying. It is supposed to be very minimal, but I still want to be glowy and golden and pretty, you know? But just very light in the makeup department. See the difference that made? Just doing a little thin line of this brown liner. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same to the other eye. I am trying so hard not to wing this out right now because this is seriously the vibe that I want for this look. Just don't wing it out. All right, so I curled my lashes, did some mascara. Let's get into this lip combo. I'm gonna be using the Tower 28 one liner and Work of Art, and then the Beauty Bible lip gloss and Amanda. Yeah, this really fits the vibe, so let's get into it, starting with this lip liner. That is such a beautiful color. I'm not filling in the whole lip, but I am definitely shading in with this. Now let's go ahead and top it with that gloss. It is so beautiful. And it gives the right amount of poutiness. And this is the finished Greek Goddess makeup look. I am absolutely obsessed. Honestly, more than I thought I was going to be because it's so gold. And I am not a gold girly whatsoever. So I really wanted to step outside of my comfort zone with this one and go for it and go with the Greek Goddess. I had this sitting in my closet for a long while now, almost a year, and I tried it on once and that was the only time I wore this dress. So I knew I had to do something with it, and just the way the design is, the little golden birds, I just got Greek Goddess vibes and we went for it. And I'm not mad about it. I think it turned out really pretty. And I think anybody could guess what the costume is based on how I look. So did you guys find the secret emoji hidden in the video? If so, that is a little sneak peek of what my next costume is. And that one, oh yeah, it's going to be killer. Let me tell you that right now. And I'm going to do a whole photo shoot for it. And I'm planning to do some behind the scenes and just show you guys everything that goes into that costume, because I think it's going to be my absolute favorite I have ever done. And I have done a lot of costumes. So with that being said, if you have any guesses as to what it is, leave it down in the comments below. Now, one of you I did tell what the costume is. So Ashley, please don't comment because you know what it is. But if you have any guesses, leave it down in the comments below. And if you want to see any more Halloween looks, definitely like and subscribe before you leave. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.